Welcome again to another one of our interesting programs on instantly ending poverty in the world. And this is Pastor Peter Christian Hessing. And thank you for joining me. I want to continue about trying to end poverty in the world. As you can see, poverty is one of the main reasons why we have, terrorism and wars and poverty is one of the main reasons why we have a lot of these problems. Wars and the racial hatred. We have religious conflicts around the world, terrorism. Conflicts between all these different religious groups: Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists. You have all these political rivalries between, socialists and capitalists and all these different groups. And we have technology now that we can end poverty, and we can end poverty very quickly. It is not impossible, but because of the fact that I think one of the main problems is that our governments, we have over 200 governments in the world, and a lot of them don't realize the potential of the technology that we have. We have computers now that can go trillion a second. That means that they can make 1 trillion calculations a second, or they can make 1 billion calculations in a second. That means that they could reach every human being in a probably a minute. And that means that they could communicate with the 7 billion people around the world in a minute, in a few minutes. That means that they could sell a product. You could make a product. You could sell that product. Everybody in the world, 8 billion people, could sell 8 billion products in a couple of minutes, and they could make money to help to bring them out of poverty. I mean, we can communicate because of the technology from America to Jamaica to South America to Europe, Africa, into Asia, India, China, all over Africa, Nigeria, Kenya. You can communicate around the world. All these countries, from America, Haiti, which is one of the poorest countries in the world. You have Mexico, Guatemala. We have all these people coming out of Guatemala and El Salvador, trying to get a bit way of life there. So you can communicate around the world, from America into the Middle East. You can communicate into Israel, to Gaza, where people are suffering because of the blockade of Gaza. We have people in Iraq, Afghanistan. You can communicate all around the world. People in Nigeria, there. South Africa people are poor, in Zimbabwe, in Somalia, Zambia, Kenya, there in Liberia. You can communicate all around the world in seconds. And that means that you could sell a product using the internet in minutes, and people could make money from it. But the problem is that our governments don't realize the potential of the internet, and they haven't tried to develop the internet to end poverty. Okay, so there are a lot of the advantages to this. If we were to create a website where everybody, the 8 billion people in the world, or if you say 50% of the world population is poor, if we could have 4 billion online businesses or a website that would have 4 billion people around the world, and those 4 billion people would have 4 billion online businesses. Here in America, we have about 50 million poor people. So we can create a website that has 50 million online businesses. And it is for our governments now to realize that and to try and build use technology to end poverty here in America and around the world. So there's a lot of advantages to that. You have to create Wi-Fi. You have to create Wi-Fi, create international Wi-Fi. And if we were to create international Wi-Fi all around the world to enable everybody to have Wi-Fi, there's a lot of advantages to that, but we have to get the governments to do it. If we were to create international Wi-Fi, there's a lot of advantages to that. If we're able to create Wi-Fi for everybody, we could try to create businesses for everyone. I would say 8 billion businesses for everybody. That's creating Wi-Fi for the world. There's a lot of advantages to that. Number one, you could have businesses. You could say you can have 8 billion businesses to end poverty. You could also be able to create healthcare. You could have healthcare, create healthcare for everybody if you do that. Through the internet, you could have healthcare. Doctors being able to communicate with patients around the world. You could have healthcare for everyone. You could also have education through having online, international Wi-Fi for everybody. You could have education for everyone. There, by creating these 8 billion businesses, you're creating jobs. Jobs. Businesses are jobs. So you're creating businesses. You could also, by creating Wi-Fi for everybody, you are gonna also be able to create security. Security. This is something that you can do, because a lot of the people who are fleeing poverty, one of the main reasons you got all these refugees trying to get asylum here in America now is because there is violence. They have terrorism, they have drug cartels, they are fleeing violence. And by having Wi-Fi around the world, you're going to be able to provide security, because through Wi-Fi you can have surveillance. It will allow the law enforcement and so forth have a crackdown on you have the drug cartels and the drug wars, and you have terrorism. But if you had Wi-Fi and more security and more surveillance, you'll be able to stop. You can stop a crime. You can help also by having Wi-Fi, everybody, you can build a situation where you can reduce on the crime and the terrorism and the drug war, so people don't have to leave their country to come here because of the violence. So there's a lot of things we can do. We can help the environment, by having all of that. You can also help to monitor the environment and so forth. So, these are a lot of things you can do. If the governments were the world to get together, let's have Wi-Fi for everybody. These are things that they're going to be able to do. So here you have how the system is going to work. Some people figure how it's going to work. So everybody, you can have the governments can do it, or the private companies can do it by creating this website that will have businesses for everybody. You're going to have a 24/7 selling network, something like a shopping club, a 24/7 selling network. That's going to help the people sell their products, sell products. Now, a lot of people have become afraid of the internet because they figure that the internet is gonna put them out of business. But with this system, you're gonna try and sell new products. You're trying to really sell new products. You're trying to put for new products. Now I'm into patents, and patents they grant about nearly over 300,000 patents a year. So you have new products. So one of the main um, things you're going to do is try and sell new products. People will be able to sell new products that don't compete. New products that do not compete, do not sort of compete. So you're going to be able to do that. New products that don't compete. So you're really trying to sell products that new products don't compete with the other products. Uh, if the big businesses, you have all these big businesses, you have Walmart and you have all these big stores, there is Amazon and all these big companies, you know, no, Microsoft, and you have all these big companies there. Uh, if these big businesses, were to what these business provide business opportunities. Uh, I mean, the big businesses could provide billions of products. We have 8 billion people in the world, or 4 billion poor people. The big businesses can easily provide 4 billion products, uh, to provide business opportunities for 4 billion people. Big business can provide products. And the main reasons why the businesses complain about e-businesses is because they don't want to provide business opportunities for the poor. If the big businesses provided business opportunities for the poor, the big businesses would make billions of dollars, and the poor people would make money to get them out of poverty. But the problem is that the big businesses don't want to provide business opportunities for the poor people. So, and by not doing that, these e-businesses are putting them out of business. And this is something that they have to realize, that they have to provide business opportunities for the poor. So the big business has to provide opportunities for the poor. And one of the main things with this, creating all these online businesses, is that we're going to focus on new products that don't compete. We have like patents. You have, so in patents, I do patents. I'm a patented inventor. They have about nearly 500,000 new products per year that people can sell and make, there. So it's just for the governments to come together and say, okay, we have all these candidates running for president, Biden and Elizabeth Warren and Amy Klobuchar and Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie Sanders and Cory Booker and Kamala Harris. All of these people running, Andrew Yang, all these people running for president. There is Peter Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke, Mayor de Blasio from New York, Senator Bennett. But to get these presidential candidates to commit to doing something like this, let us end poverty in America. We can create 50 million online businesses in America and move around the world, get the World Bank and get all these banks involved. The World Bank, the World Bank, get them involved. The World Bank, IMF involved, all the big banks, the Federal Reserve, all the central banks, central banks involved to help to finance it. It's just basically to build a website where everybody has an account, and they can access it on their phones. We can have a scan. We can have a language. We have a language line to translate into different languages around the world. Language line that all the central banks involved to help to finance it. Governments commit, and of course the governments have to commit to ending the scams. The government has to having more security. The governments end the scams. And of course, they're talking about cyber, cyber security. Have a language line to have various translation. You can have a world economy. Here you're building a world economy, and you get the United Nations to back it up with a world economy that's for everybody. You're getting a world economy for everyone. So you have a language line for the international people, different speaking different languages. We have World Bank, all these people, the United Nations supporting it, having a world economy for everybody. And this is something that we can do. We can quickly do. Everybody has phones. You can have you can scan this thing. They can scan this thing into their phone. So this is something that we can basically impact in the world in minutes. You can make a product, sell a product. Some people a lot of countries they're farming. They want to take care of cows and sheep, and they want to grow food and so forth. A lot of people in Africa, Nigeria, Kenya, all these countries they're into. A lot of people want to do farming. You can sell farm products. Food. Some people want to get into phones, into computers. They want to build. Some people want to build drones and airplanes and big rockets to go to the moon. Solar energy, wind energy. A lot of people want to make clothing. Some people want to make movies and write books and the music. I mean, everybody can have their own business there. If you want to drive a cab, and so forth. If you want to work in a factory, building, something, working with metals or iron or steel, but everybody can have an online business. Some people are musicians, some people want to make clothing and jewelry and all that stuff. So everybody can have an online business in poverty. We can do it here in America, do it around the world, do it in Jamaica. As I told you, I was born in Jamaica. We work with co-ops. I really want to have every Jamaican, there are 4 million Jamaicans having a business in a cooperative. But the important thing is that the businesses have to realize that they have to create opportunities for the poor people. They will make money, and the people will make money, and we can end poverty. As Jesus said, "I'm the bread of life. Whoever believes will never hunger or thirst." So thank you again. Remember to look for my book coming out, Boomerang. My movies, Boomerang, Pizza Save the World, going to be shown this year, and also I have a blog on Blogger Instantly Ending Poverty around where you can get that. And we're going to be talking more about this, so that a lot of people to understand and support it. Thank you, God bless. Peace and love. Give your husband a good Jesus. Pastor Peter, Christian. Yes, thank you. Peace.